Hello, everybody. I am your host, Aron, and I hope you are having a great day. Welcome to Aron Explains Everything, and today I'll be covering an issue that I take very seriously, which is the Ukrainian refugee crisis. Before we start, let me provide you all some background information on the topic. On February 24th, 2022, Russia launched an invasion attack on Ukraine, escalating the ongoing silent war that started in 2014. A byproduct of the invasion was a refugee crisis. Millions of Ukrainian citizens had to leave their homes and cities because of the unsafe atmosphere created by bombs and tanks, those deadly weapons of mass destruction. The destruction caused families to scatter across the globe. But what happens after the dust settles, after the capital falls? Where are the people of Ukraine, the ones that have to start fresh, no knowledge of the new country or even continent, hundreds or thousands of miles away? That's what I'm interested in. In this episode, we won't be talking about the politics or power grabs of the ongoing war, but about the people in search of a new home, the story of their immigration, the story of their hardships, and the next steps of the refugees for Ukraine as they establish themselves once again in a foreign land. Let's begin in the United Kingdom, a country that opened its doors through the Home for Ukraine scheme. According to a 2024 report from the British Red Cross, thousands of refugees from Ukraine faced harsh conditions even after they came safely, cited by The Guardian, July 16, 2024. According to the report, about 9,000 refugees faced a risk of being without a home or getting exploited. That is because of the weakened safeguards and hosting programs that are poorly supervised. In fact, quite a few women have reported dangerous surroundings, and some of these reports speak of homes set up for potential abuse. And this isn't the only one. A different investigation from August 2025 states that 300 million Great British pounds assigned by the UK government were to help refugees from all over. But they remain unspent by their respective English councils, leaving many families without stable housing, cited by The Guardian, 19th of August 2025. As the ongoing debate of where the money should be spent continues, thousands of immigrants continue to face uncertainty about their futures. The housing crisis isn't the only challenge. In an article by The Telegraph, one sponsor in Britain asked whether they would be legally responsible for paying rent if their host refugee family couldn't. June 4th, 2025, cited. This confusion that erupted reflects the broader need for clearer communication and stronger government guidance that needs to be implemented for the security of Britain's nationals and refugees. The confusion also causes anxiety between host families and vulnerability for refugees. Far across the Atlantic, stories of Ukrainian refugees look different but carry the same emotional weight. In Alaska, as reported by the New York Times, about 1,000 Ukrainian refugees have settled in small towns like Anchorage and Wasilla. Healy et al., 15th of August 2025, cited. They've formed tight-knit communities and even opened small businesses, finding solidarity in cold northern landscapes. Yet many there still fear that the war can follow them, and news from home brings constant reminders of the uncertainty they left behind. Meanwhile, on the other side of the United States, CNN Wire told the story of a 14-year-old who arrived alone in Southern California in March 2022 after fleeing Ukraine. CNN Wire, 21 March 2022, cited. His story, like many others, is a powerful example of both vulnerability and courage. A teenager escaping a war zone to start school in a new language, in a new world. These voices from those who fled tell us what statistics can't. In a New York Times feature from early in the war, titled My Heart Burst, the voices of women escaping war, Ukrainian women shared what it meant to flee under fire, losing their homes, neighbors, and cities overnight, cited New York Times, 20th March 2022. The women described how she had to choose between her safety and her elderly parents, who refused to leave their home country. Stories like hers humanize the crisis, giving us a perspective on life-changing decisions that are made by civilians in a matter of seconds, and how each decision can have a life-or-death effect. Across Europe and the world, governments and communities continue to learn from these experiences. The British Red Cross is currently pushing for improving long-term or permanent housing solutions, national integration strategies, and better security for susceptible homes. The suspense facing refugees from Ukraine today demonstrates how worldwide systems and plans are falling behind, failing to keep up with these high demands and also provide a quality of life with high budgets. From Alaska to London and Los Angeles to Lviv, the resilience of Ukrainians demonstrates the power of endurance and community. Their courage symbolizes how borders may divide us geographically, but can't divide up humanity. If you would like to learn more about the work of humanitarian organizations like the British Red Cross, the UN Refugee Agency, and UNICEF, check out their official websites for more stories and such. Thank you for joining me. I'm your host, Aron, and as always, if this story has touched your heart, share it with others, because accurate information, compassion, and empathy remain our strongest tools in times of crisis. Until next time, stay informed, stay kind, and keep listening to our other stories on YouTube.